I thought it was appropriate. So big games last night. The first time a road team won on the road. It happened twice. Pacers, Bucks, Clippers, Mavs. I just feel like I'm not happy about it. I just feel like it's a punishment. Like I need to. I didn't get to watch two of these games because I coach men's volleyball, and so we had a game last night, so I couldn't watch the first two. But I was watching the Clippers Mavericks game on the way home. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about box score like some like box score Andy. Like I'm not gonna just sit here and be like, wow, he looked like he had 15 points or he didn't
What do
shoot
you mean
well.
by that?
I'm not gonna do that with the two first games. I want to talk about the implications of the series and where it's at the moment. So currently, Suns Timberwolves. That's 2-0. My question is, Wolves in five? Wolves in five, maybe? We'll have to see. I'm not entirely sure that the Suns can keep their home court safe at all because they're playing the number one defense. It hasn't seemed like they have really clicked offensively. I didn't really look at the box score yesterday. I can see right here that they lost by 12 last night. So that doesn't help at all. So I don't know if going back to Phoenix is really going to make a difference for them, especially when, guys like Jaden McDaniels. I watched the first game. Jaden McDaniels is going crazy. Jay McDaniels is going crazy. Gobert's playing great. You got Cat back. Ant will go for 30 sometimes. That's a rough squad to go against. And of course, Nas Reed, baby. Nas Reed. That's what I'm talking about. But I don't know if the Suns can really come back and defend themselves. It's really interesting. I saw this tweet. It was like KD matching up his KD getting his perfect 3-on-3 team just to realize that it won't work for the third time. And that's true. I feel I was never super high on the Brad Beal trade off rip, anyways. Like, I was like, what does this do for you? You still don't have a point guard. It's all the stuff we've been talking about all year. Like, what does that do for you? At least in Golden State, you had Steph and Clay, who, like, Clay, one of the best shooters of all time, Steph, best shooter of all time. Steph's a solid point guard, get the ball. Then you got Draymond to facilitate. They don't have that kind of guy in Phoenix. And KD, I just feel like KD's going out and he's trying to score a lot. Book sometimes has good games. Beal is just there. Like, the ideal of Brad Beal as the third best player in the team is like great. But in execution, it has not been great. It has not been fun. So I think the Suns can hold them off for one game to push it to 5. I think it's going to be Timberwolves in 5. But Timberwolves Nuggets is going to be crazy. I got that series going to 7. So I have complete hope that that's going to go to 7 because Nuggets are not looking deep and the Timberwolves are looking very, very good. Pacers Bucks. I got Bucks in 6. I mean, Siakam had a monster night. I did see this. He had 37 points. They beat the Bucks by 17. That's pretty hefty. Bucks, no Giannis. Dame's still kind of going crazy. But I don't think the Pacers are that team. Honestly, I think it's still Bucks in 6. I think that it's tied 1-1 right now. That was the game where a road team came in and won on the road. And I just don't think that's going to be sustainable. You gotta throw a lot of firepower, especially where Giannis isn't even playing yet. Like, it's going to be very interesting to see how that goes on. I still got Bucks in 6. Moving on to the next series, I think we'll see how the Sixers series go. According to Joel Embiid, they're supposed to be up 2-0 instead of down 0-2. So it could be Knicks Bucks. That's gonna be a crazy series having Giannis in the Garden and stuff. And I think the Bucks might take that one because I mean you kind of need Julius Randle. But I think the Bucks can figure this out, win some games on the road, finish this in 6, and move on to play the Knicks in the next round. So the reason why I'm wearing this jersey is because the Clippers lost last night to the Mavericks, 96-93. It would have been 96-90, but PG had like this half-court heave, and it went in. But this is a game where I will talk about stats, and I will talk about the box score. Overall, the Clippers shot 36% from the field. Kawhi Leonard had 15 points. The Clippers were 8 from 30 for 3, which is 26%. And then they shot 80% on free throws. So mid on the free throws, trash on the three-point percentage, and trash on the field goal percentage. However, the one key thing about the Clippers, their defense was looking very, very good. And they had less turnovers. They had 8 turnovers with the Mavericks 13. So a lot of the points came in transition off of a steal or a deflection, go down and get a dunk or a layup or a 3, right? But the Mavericks came down and they were just scoring. They didn't even have their supporting cast really there, honestly, when they had Gafford go out in the first quarter. But like I said, man, you need guys around Luka and Kyrie to score. PJ Washington, 18 last night, couple threes. Derrick Jones Jr., 10. That's fine, right? That's enough to push him over. Tim Hardaway, fat 0. Nothing. Dante Exum, 0. Josh Green, 0. I mean, you got guys like Lively, 7 and 9. That's not bad, right? We need more from the bench as a Clippers fan, bro. PG for 22, Kawhi for 15. Zoo had 13 and 12. Not bad. James had 22. I think he was like 2 for 10 from 3. T-Man had 5. Norman Powell cannot come off the bench and have 6. Norman Powell needs to get more buckets. Same with Amir Coffey. Amir Coffey has been playing in playoff games. He's been playing good in the regular season games. He can't come in and have 2 points. This was a super close game the whole time. The Clippers were honestly doing very good on defense. So were the Mavericks. The Mavericks had a lot of blocks and a lot of steals, it feels like. But it came down to it. Both defenses going crazy. The offense was not there for the Clippers, and Luka ended up with 32. Kyrie had 23. I mean, they were just cooking. Now, here's the thing. Luka played 46 minutes last night. He sat for 2 minutes. Kyrie played 42 minutes. Compare this to the Clippers, where PG only played 37. Kawhi played 35. You know, James played 42. He played a lot. But they're able to spread the wealth a little bit more. The Clippers bench is more trusting than the Mavericks bench at this point. And so, come down, if we go to Game 7, Luka and Kyrie are going to be gassed. Their guys still aren't hitting shots. Hopefully, if we get to that point. And then the Clippers, it's just whose bench can hit the shots that the team needs at the time. Norman Powell can't finish with 6 points. T-Man can't finish with 5 points. Westbrook, love him. 7 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. I think like 4 turnovers. Like, we just can't have that. The team that is going to win this series is going to be the team that has the bench that shows out first. Right now, it's 1-1 going back to Dallas. I think it'll be 2-2 coming back to LA for Game 5. And then at that point, it'll be whoever wins Game 5 with a certain percentage, about 80% of people who win Game 5 win the whole thing or something. I can't remember what it was. Y'all know what I'm talking about, though. But, like, Kawhi, we need a dominant performance from Kawhi, PG, and James at this point. And then the bench can come out and help out. So, that's the theme of the playoffs so far. Whoever has the best supporting cast wins. And we know that. I made a whole video about that earlier on, about super teams are dead. It's about having the depth. We're seeing that. Whoever has the depth show out first is going to win the freaking series. So, it's going to be interesting. People are still yelling Mavs in 6. Rah, Mavs in 6 because it's 1-1. I think this is going to happen. I think the Clippers still got this in the bag. It is interesting, though, the level of intensity. The first game never trailed the first game for the Clippers. Kawhi's out, intensity going crazy. Kawhi's back in, lackadaisical. That's the only word I can use, right? That's all I got for today. I'm going to try and watch more games. It's finals week for me. I coach the boys well, like I said. So I'm going to try and watch more games, and I'll just be a box score Andy and just sit here and be like, oh, wow, he looked, wow. Like, I want to watch some games. I love watching basketball, and so I'm going to try and watch more games, especially from the teams that I maybe don't like. Okay, here's my confession. I absolutely pooped on the Cavs Magic series for scoring under 100 points. Oh my gosh, was this game just like that? It was a rock fight. So much defense, not enough scoring. Old heads, this is not the way. This is not it. All defense and no scoring is not fun to watch. It's not fun, especially when my team loses. It's not fun. I like more scoring, just a little bit more scoring. I like the defense, just a little bit more scoring. A little bit more scoring. This game was rough. Both teams scored under 100 points. Yeah, that's all I got. We'll be back at it tomorrow again. If you want to check up on the rest of the videos, go ahead. I got them linked. So we out.